Okay, thanks very much for that deck. Andrew, your opinion on the 1000?
I don't think there's as much depth in this as there is in the 2000. To be honest, it kind of depends where you look. Obviously, there's a good 2-year-old form offer, pretty gorgeous. She had a slight issue that caused her to miss Newmarket, and maybe the ground might have been a bit too quick for her anyway. She would have never have encountered the ground that quick, and maybe it's a blessing in disguise that she gets to come here. And she's the rightful favourite in my opinion. Whether she goes off favourite or not is another thing. I think she's Joan of Arc was impressive when she was allowed to dictate last time out. I'm not 100% sure she'd be able to do that in this particular field. And if Stu is still offering 9-2, fair play to him, but I would not be going anywhere near the 2-1 about her. I don't think she'd be the first stablemate home, to be honest, in this race. And I know I keep going on about Aidan O'Brien's second strings, but that does bring me to Empress Josephine, who went off only at 4-1, which was a shorter price than Joan of Arc when they did meet in the first Guineas trial at Leopardstown. They went an irresponsible gallop really that day. They went off absolutely. I know Leopardstown can favour front runners, but they went off at an absolutely outrageous gallop, and Empress Josephine was the one that took them along, and Joan of Arc was right behind her, and they both faded away. So I think I'm saying that Empress Josephine and Joan of Arc took them along in that first Guineas trial at an awful pace. They went way too fast, and both fillies, both inexperienced fillies as well, they just couldn't hack it. And they both faded away, and they were definitely better than that. And I do recall Empress Josephine being really, really well backed that day, better backed than Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc then goes and wins her Guineas trial. Empress Josephine puts in a really good effort, and she was still green behind Scream Blue Murder, and that's why I think that's a good effort, because I fancy Empress Josephine here. And if I fancy Empress Josephine here, then I obviously have to fancy Too Soon to Panic in the race, on Saturday. I just think there's a lot of improvement there. She was still very green when she came under pressure. I don't think she would have beaten Too Soon to Panic, but you fast forward to the end of the season, I think she's going to be a better filly than Too Soon to Panic. Again, this race, the way she was looking, it might come a little bit too soon, but I think the ground will suit. I know her sister, Minding, loved a bit of soft ground. She could handle everything. She was just phenomenal. But Empress Josephine for me is the value bet here. There's still around, I know Stu is offering 10s, I think, which is the price I think she will go off at. But I'm going to be a bit rude here and say you can find bigger prices elsewhere. Apologies, Stu. But that's who I'd be backing here. I think she's grossly overpriced, and I think she could take a huge step forward on this ground. I'm not sure if she'll go forward. I wouldn't be surprised if she went forward again. But she'd be definitely my bet here.